It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Stigbergets Brewery in Sweden. And it's a collaboration with Modern Times Brewery in America. And this is their Never Lose a Feather Coffee Stout, coming in at 8% ABV. Really excited to try this one because I've not had a Modern Times beer for such a long time. There used to be a time when you could go to your local brewdog and they would always have a Modern Times beer in, either in the beer fridge or behind the bar, on tap. You'd have Modern Times, and then it just all kind of disappeared. It all went by the wayside. You don't see it anymore, and it's a shame because some of their beers in America were fantastic. So the same can be said for Stigbergets. Stigbergets really came on the map when they produced a beer called Amazing Haze, and it was a hazy, fantastically well built New England IPA, and it almost like took the whole of Europe by storm. This one beer alone, everybody wanted to try it. It was the one of the first, probably from Sweden, hazy IPAs, and it was smashing. Since then, I suppose, it's difficult to. They really went through a phase where, you know, everybody wanted to talk about their beer. In the UK, I'm pretty sure if you go to Sweden, they're still talking about their beers an awful lot. But they then produced a beer called Muddle. It was like a double IPA style beer, and that was absolutely terrific. Another hazy, fantastic kind of juicy bomb of a beer. And then after that, it was one of those situations where I think for us in the UK, there was a lot of breweries who started doing that kind of that very same beer very quickly, and there wasn't so much of a call to really kind of need that Stigbergets beer as much as we once did. It's a shame. It's a shame because it's terrific. This beer was sent to me by the wonderful Hakan in Sweden. Thank you very much, Hakan. We got a one finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass, slow moving carbonation. So two great breweries then from around the world, Europe and America. Let's get the aroma. Oh, wow. Wow, the coffee in here is bonkers. It's like off the scale. It's like when you go to Italy and you have them tiny little espresso coffees that the Italians drink in the morning to wake themselves up. Real strong coffee aromas. Got me salivating. It smells really good because you get that kind of that underlying malt build as well. You get that chocolate, that coffee, that caramel from the malt. A little bit of sweetness, maybe a little bit of plum and prune and fig. Coconut and vanilla. It smells amazing. I'm going to dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wow. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Mm. Oh, that is delightful. Absolutely delightful. Burping coffee beans at you. I can really get that kind of big coffee, roasty, toasty, biscuity flavour as well coming through. But it's really well done. It's really well done. There was a fear. You probably heard it in my voice when I talked about like the Italian espresso coffee. It smelt like it was going to be one of those really overpowering coffee stouts, but it's all very well harnessed. It's all very well built within the parameters of the other flavours. The other flavours are able to move about a little bit, and you know, like a baby in the womb, it's moving about. There's other things going on. It's not just the coffee that's being thrown at you in the flavour. There's some roasted malt. You get the chocolate, the coffee and the caramel from the roasted malt. You do get a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of coconut, plum, fig, prune. Mouthfeel. Well, before I tell you about the mouthfeel, I'll show you the mouthfeel. Have a look as I rock that beer back and forth. You can see the carbonation chasing the head of the glass. An old brewer once told me, the smaller the bubble, the better the beer. And good old Jim Robinson was never wrong. That's one of the first things that really kind of stuck in my brain as a beer drinking novice when I went to Wells and Young's Brewery down in Bedfordshire. Jim Robinson came out and he kind of brilliant educated me in beer, really. Not in that, I was only there a day, couldn't completely educate me, but he taught me an awful lot that day, Jim Robinson. And he told me the smaller the bubble, the better the beer. And he's not wrong. He is not wrong. Look at that. You can see the mouthfeel just by swirling that beer around in the glass. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Great stuff. The mouthfeel is really rich and creamy. There's a big depth to it. I imagine they've added oats to the beer. We'll have a little look at the side of the can, but I'm not promising that I can read. Oh, it's in English. Here we go. Water, malted barley, malted wheat, coffee, hops and yeast. Wheat. It's the malted wheat then. The malted wheat that's given that kind of creamy depth to the mouthfeel. There it is then. Stigbergets versus Modern Times. Thank you to Håkan in Sweden for this wonderful stout. It is beautiful. It really is. A little bit of bitterness on the back end. Well, quite a lot of bitterness on the back end from that roasted malt and the hops. A little bit of sweetness to begin with. And then loads of beautiful coffee-like flavours in the aroma and the taste. Let's rate it. I used to absolutely love the times when my good friend Johan used to send Swedish imperial stouts and imperial porters to this channel. When they used to come through the post, I used to kind of like, ooh, with excitement, because I used to call them back in the day the Scandinavian imperial stout. It was that, or the Scandinavian style stout. Big body, big depth, tan coloured head. For me, they were producing the best imperial stouts in the whole world. They were coming from Sweden. They really were. And this is no different. Thank you very much, Håkan. This came from Håkan in Sweden. This is a belter, a real belter of a beer. It's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.